All right, potential home buyers and sellers, listen up. Looking back at last year's housing market, we really saw rising prices and limited inventory throughout all of Metro Detroit. It was a great time to sell, not always the best time to buy. So the big question now is, will this trend continue into 2018? And here to answer those questions and many more, Jeanette Schneider, the Vice President of RE/MAX of Southeastern Michigan. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. So first of all, what's your prediction? Do you think it's going to continue to be a seller's market for 2018?
I think that we're probably going to see 2018 look an awful lot like last year and continue to be a seller's market.
And why is that?
Inventory is low. We ended the year in December with a 2.1 month supply of inventory. And when you keep in mind that a normal market is 6 months supply, you can see, there's not as many homes out there to meet demands.
And what is causing that, do you think? Are baby boomers kind of sitting still and not selling, or is there something else going on?
That's part of it. Part of it is, folks that maybe refinanced or did some improvements during the not so great time, are now happy and they're staying put. Another challenge we have is folks that might want to move also know there's not a lot of choices out there. So they're saying, you know what, I'm not sure I want to put my house on the market and take a risk at what I'm going to find.
Absolutely. But there are home buyers out there.
Absolutely. We've got great interest rates. We've got a lot of, that millennial generation that's out there looking. We've got consumer confidence, some job growth. So we've got all of these great indicators that make this a good time to buy a home.
And aren't you also seeing some Gen Xers who are now trying, you know what, we've been in this house, our family's expanding, now we want a bigger house? Are you seeing some of those?
Absolutely, because life keeps happening,
yeah.
And you're absolutely right. We have the move-up buyers that are out there too. So there's good demand out there. We just need a few more homes to shake loose.
So are you having bidding wars?
January is not a big month for bidding wars, but historically, yes, we have. We saw that, on occasion and many occasions last year where there would be multiple bids on a home, and I have reason to suspect you will see some of that come back in the busier months.
So you better know what you want and
exactly.
be able to pull the trigger right away. Well, let's talk about the concern you have for fraud.
Absolutely. This is a growing cybercrime, and what happens is you have hackers that come in either through the title company's email system or an agent's email, and at the 11th hour give a home buyer new instructions on where to wire the money for their closing. And once they've done that, it's very hard to get that money back.
Sure.
And what happens is they come in and they just change a couple of letters in the email address, add a dot that's in there, and it's very hard to the naked eye to perceive this. So our advice is you need to make sure you're verifying with your agent and or your title rep what the instructions are. You may even ask, and some title companies even suggest, we're going to go back to bringing certified funds to the closing.
No kidding. And how prevalent is this happening?
I don't necessarily have a number on it, but I know it's happening more and more. It's a fast growing crime. It's something that as an industry, we're all taking a look at.
A lot of people are still using the apps. Do you have a gadget or an app that you think you give thumbs up to?
I would say, obviously I'm going to be, partial to our RE/MAX, our RE/MAX app, of course. But I would say, apps are very popular. What we know is consumers like, going mobile. So anything that supports mobile searching and talking, they're going to be all about.
I tell you, Jeanette Schneider, pleasure talking with you. We can talk with you for another half hour or more, I'm sure, about this. So if people are interested, we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.